Coming up next, high school volleyball on your sports leader in Lorain, WLCS TV 20.
Welcome to Varsity Volleyball from Lorain High School. Rob Polinsky alongside Joe Bach, where tonight it's Warrensville Heights from the Lake Erie League at 4-6, taking on your 11-4 Lorain Titans, who are still undefeated, 6-0 in league play. Warrensville Heights will start by serving. They serve it out of bounds, and Lorain gets the first point of the match. So Lorain this past weekend, a couple of non-conference games, and they were able to sweep Clearview and Sandusky to move their record to 11-4. And serving is Marissa Sturgill. Sturgill with a line drive serve to the back row for Warrensville Heights. And for the Tigers, going up to get it, but hitting it out of bounds is Precious Dunnings, 2-0 Lorain. For the Titans on the floor right now, Marissa Sturgill, Angelica Patterson. We have Julia Velez, Layla Carrion, Seven Townsell, and Evelyn Williams. And they serve to the back row. Precious Dunnings passes it ahead, and unable to put it over the net are the Tigers. The Tigers tonight will start Amaris Prince, Precious Dunnings, Diavana Hawkins, Asia Blue, Jayla Poole, and Diamond Holland. Sturgill line drive serve. Again, Precious Dunnings gets it ahead, and on the third hit for Warrensville Heights, putting it over the net is Jayla Poole. Sturgill with the set. Layla Carrion with the kill. It's good, and the Titans lead 4-0. A nice start here for the Lorain High Titans. Another good deep line drive serve from Sturgill, and we've got an illegal hit on the set, a double hit, and it will give Lorain a 5-0 lead. And Joe, the Titans off to a good start. They're playing well under first-year coach Chantel Jackson at 11-4 overall, still undefeated in Lake Erie League play.
Yeah, very exciting. Lake Erie League play is being undefeated. I mean, beating the likes of Maple and Bedford.
Miscommunication for the Warrensville Heights Tigers. Diavana Hawkins.
Maple's always been a thorn in their side, and they were able to defeat him at home. So
Coach
good so far.
Yep, Coach Jackson also telling me that this is the first time they've played Warrensville Heights. They'll play them again next week at Warrensville. This match was rescheduled. It was originally scheduled the night of the Elyria-Lorain football game, which was a couple of Thursdays ago, and they rescheduled it. Patterson gets it to Sturgill. Seven Townsell for her first kill of the night. It's good, and the Titans lead 7-0. Coach Samantha Campbell in her first year at Warrensville Heights telling me that the Tigers a little short-handed here tonight, missing some of their young ladies. Sturgill again with those awesome serves, Joe, and it's 8-0 Lorain.
Yeah, shout out to Warrensville, because I know the girls really wanted to go, the whole team wanted to go to the big Elyria game, and Warrensville was pretty accommodating.
Yeah, I mean, it's not very often you have a Thursday night football game, so you're able to do that. Lorain leads 9-0. We're going to get an early timeout for the Tigers. And that gives us a minute to let you know that Lorain, as you look at the Lorain huddle with Coach Chantel Jackson and her team, of course, Lorain in the blue uniform, so is Warrensville Heights. The difference, the Titans have those white numbers on the back of their jerseys, and Titans, and Warrensville's got the yellow numbers in Warrensville across the back of theirs. Lorain City Schools Television, they'll shoot over, and there you get the Warrensville huddle with Coach Samantha Campbell. WLCS TV 20 on Spectrum Cable. Check out Lorain City Schools TV 20 on Facebook for all your entertainment and informational needs. If you like Lorain Schools TV 20 on Facebook, you get a chance to win some great prizes. You can follow us on Twitter at LCS_TV 20. Check out that YouTube station, Lorain Schools TV 20.
YouTube doing well. We should hit 800,000 views probably another week or so.
Very good.
Well on the way to 1 million.
Titans lead 9-0 here in game one. Sturgill with the serve. And from the middle of the court, they're going to send it over. Precious Dunnings back to Angelica Patterson. Her set, and Julia Velez with her first kill of the match is good. And the Titans lead 10-0.
Wow.
I know it sounds obvious, Joe, but one of the keys is getting your serves over, just keeping them in play. You know, Warrensville on their first serve put it out of bounds. You never have a chance. Sturgill's been perfect in her serves. And anytime you're able to put it in play like that, you give your team a chance.
Exactly. That's one of my pet peeves is the unforced errors. And get your serves in, and you know, good things can happen.
Layla Carrion that time hits it into the net, and the 10-0 run for Lorain is over. It's 10-1, and Warrensville will go back to serve. And serving is Deviana Hawkins. Sturgill on the third hit. Velez sends it over. Hawkins goes to get it. Battle at the net. That one will go to the Lorain Titans.
No, actually they...
No, I'm sorry.
I missed the call.
I did too. So that will go to Warrensville. It's 10-2.
Huh. Net violation maybe? I don't know.
Maybe one of the Titans touched the net. I'm not sure. Deviana Hawkins serving for Warrensville Heights. She has a nice serve that Layla Carrion gets to Sturgill. Evelyn Williams from middle of the court puts it over and in off the block attempt from Lamaya Ford. It's 11-2. As you see there, Williams talking with Carrion along with Seven Townsville. Emily Van Horn comes in to serve, hits it into the net. Point for Warrensville Heights, makes it 11-3. And you know, in all sports, communication is important, Joe, but I really think volleyball is one of the most important because you've got to know each other, where you are on the court, what spot of the floor you have.
Oh, absolutely.
All those sorts of things.
Chasing a ball, and maybe your teammate has a better shot at it, like yelling out or whatever, so you don't give up the point. So, yeah, communication's definitely...
Sturgill to Seven Townsville, and her serve is
out.
Just out of bounds. Very close by Townsville. Warrensville let it go out of bounds. It's 11-4. Tigers trying to come back in game one, and Lamaya Ford, a junior, left-handed serve. Line drive serve. Patterson gets it over the net. The kill from Warrensville, dug out by Carrion. Set over to Evelyn Williams. Her spike is going to be long, out of bounds. Tigers with 3 straight points have cut an 11-2 deficit to 11-5.
Building on that, Rob, it's one of the things that I've been really impressed with this year is their communication has been much, much improved over previous years. I mean, girls yelling, out, in, I mean, mine, yours. It's been really good.
Good. Yeah, it might sound like an obvious thing, but it really isn't.
Right.
Seven Townsville sends it over. And we've got another double hit on the set, and it's 13-5 Lorain. Game one, you play 3 games out of 5. Again, you go to 25. You got to win by 2. A nice effort. Sturgill sends it over to Layla Carrion, who gets it over to the Warrensville Heights side. Great effort by the Titans there. Emily Van Horn passing ahead for Sturgill. The set. Sydney Campbell with her first kill. It is sent right back over. And Van Horn sets it up for the Lorain offense. Evelyn Williams left side of the front row into the net. Point Warrensville Heights. And Lorain leads 13-6. Going back to serve is Jayla Poole. Jayla puts it into the net. Point for the Titans. It's 14-6.
And from a coaching standpoint, that's one of the things that it's got to drive a coach absolutely insane is unforced errors, because you don't even give your team a chance to score a point.
Yep. Layla Carrion serving. Sends it over. And for the Warrensville Tigers right there, Warrensville Heights, miscommunication, as unable to pass ahead was Precious Dunnings. Same girl can't hit it twice in a row, but nobody came to help her out. 15-6. Carry on again. That's a good deep serve. And from the back row, they'll pass it ahead. Sending it over on the third hit was Jayla Poole. Set. Sydney Campbell with the kill. Dug out by Poole from the back row. Set for Precious Dunnings. Puts it into the net. Point for Lorain. 16-6 Titans. Carrion sends it to the back row with the Warrensville defense. Precious Dunnings, third hit, can't get it over. Point for the Titans at 17-6 here in game one. Carrion, back row. Sent over by Deviana Hawkins. Set, And hitting it over is Malia Amador in for the first time. We'll get a double hit on Warrensville Heights. Makes it 18-6 as Malia Amador in for the first time. She gets a kill. Amador, a junior. Dunning's hit it too far over to the Lorain side. There's carry on with the set, and Evelyn Williams goes up to get it. Dug out from the back row by Asia Blue. And Blue's going to have to hit it over. She puts it into the net, unable to get it over. And Lorain leads 19-6. Titans now with 6 straight points.
And 6 points away from game 1.
Yep, Titans had a 10-0 lead in this one, so we've had no ties, no lead changes to this point. And from the back row, it's passed ahead. And over the net, getting there is Malia Amador. Put it down for Lorain. They lead 20-6. Carry on. Well, back to Warrensville. The serve receive. They'll send it over on the third hit. Emily Van Horn digs it out. Set for Sydney Patterson, middle of the front row, dug out from the back row from Warrensville Heights. Precious Dunnings on the third hit, sends it back to the Titans. Dug out there, Amador, right side front row, and that is going to go off the hands of Jayla Poole. Point Titans, they lead 21-6. The Lorain JV, before we got on the air, 1 and 2 games over Warrensville Heights tonight. No freshman game. Warrensville Heights just has a JV and varsity team. Warrensville Heights, I believe, the smallest school in the league, so sometimes they don't have all the teams at all the levels. Evelyn Williams into the net, and that will be a point for Warrensville Heights, 21-7.
Yeah, they are Division III, I believe.
Sent over at Van Horn, back row. Carry on. Sent over Sydney Patterson. Dug out by Amador. Carry on will send it back to Deviana Hawkins. And on the third hit, the Warrensville Heights Tigers put it over. Sydney Campbell with a nice hit and a point for the Titans. They lead 22-7. Serving is Evelyn Williams for Lorain. The Titans 3 points away from game number 1. Williams sent it over. It's an ace in front of a diving Jayla Poole, 23-7. There you get a look at Evelyn Williams. Young lady, a senior on this team. Outside hitter. Good line drive, deep serve that the Tigers put into the net. And it's game point at 24-7.
A very hard ball to return there. Just made it over the net.
You know, I also think, Joe, that when you've got a lead like the Titans do, it takes a lot of pressure off your servers.
Absolutely.
There's sent over, and the Tigers on the third hit will put it over, and that was Diamond Holland hitting it over to the Titans. Sydney Patterson with the kill, and game 1 goes to the Lorain Titans. So the Titans, with a 10-0 run to start the game, make quick work of Warrensville Heights, and they win game number 1 by a final of 25-7. We'll be back with game 2 between Lorain and Warrensville Heights Varsity Volleyball on WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools Television.
I was the first woman ever to deploy on a Strategic Air Command deployment.
You didn't just serve your country.
I lobbied for women to be on board submarines.
You paved the way for others.
I joined the Army because I wanted a challenge.
And the challenges you face now? Your VA delivers a variety of benefits. Learn more, including how to apply online using e-benefits.
No matter what time it is, you've earned them. Apply today.
Every year, the Salvation Army serves nearly 30 million people in need. That's one person every second. So by the time you've finished watching this, 30 more lives will have been changed for good. All thanks to your donations.
Thank you.
Game 2 for Lorain and Warrensville Heights. The Lorain Titans won Game 1 25-7. Let's see how they do in Game 2. Marissa Sturgill set the serve. She served the first 10 points for Lorain in Game 1, but that won't happen in Game 2 as the Tigers get a kill. They get their first lead of the night, 1-0 Warrensville Heights. And serving for the Tigers is Diamond Holland. She's just a freshman. Warrensville Heights playing 4 freshmen today, dressing 5. That serve out of bounds, and Lorain ties it at 1.
Wow, on their varsity.
Yeah, they were missing some of their young ladies for tonight, their coach told us, but so a little shorthanded, had to bring up some JV players. And sending it over is Evelyn Williams, off the serve by Angelica Patterson, and nice block at the net by Carry-On, and Townsville went up there. They block it again, but this time it's out of bounds. Point for the Tigers, and Warrensville leads 2-1. Serving for the Tigers is going to be Asia Blue. She's a senior. Blue with the serve over the net. Ace, nice serve in front of Emily Van Horn, and the Tigers lead 3-1. Asia Blue again sends it over. Evelyn Williams over to Sturgill. Miss hit on the set, and Warrensville Heights off to a quick 4-1 lead in Game 2. Wait, as high as Asia Blue throws that ball in the air on her serve, Joe, I wouldn't be surprised if she missed serves pretty soon.
Right.
That's a tough way to go, but that's 4 in a row she has put over, and it's Evelyn Williams puts it into the net, and the Tigers off to a quick start in Game 2. They lead 5-1 as they look to even this match at a game apiece. We're a long way from that, though, because games go to 25. Asia Blue, again, another nice serve. There's the set for 7. Townsville cranks it up, puts it into the net. Warrensville Heights leads 6-1. Joe, we talked about it in Game 1. I know it sounds obvious, but when you put the ball in play on your serve, you give your team a chance, and that's what Asia Blue has done.
Oh,
she does it again.
And
there's Townsville into the net again, and the Tigers are up 7-1.
yeah, jump serve giving them some problems there. Of course, it's a risk-reward thing, and so far it's been pretty much rewards for Warrensville.
Boy, they're giving that point to Lorain. I missed that.
Wow, me too.
So it's 6-2. Even though the scoreboard says 7-1, it is 6-2 and Lorain serving.
Scoreboard thought it the same too.
There's the set, and right side, Evelyn Williams puts it into the net. And the Warrensville Heights Tigers get that point. Now they lead 7-2. And going back to serve for the Tigers is going to be Lamaya Ford. She's a junior. Line drive into the net, missed serve, 7-3. So 2 of the 3 Lorain points tonight have been in Game 2 on missed serves into the net by Warrensville. Serving is Layla Carry-On. Substitution for Warrensville Heights. Lamaya Ford comes out. Going back into the back row is Deviana Hawkins. Carry-On sends it to the back row. And instead of setting, beautifully dinking it over and faking out the Lorain defense is Diamond Holland, a freshman.
Rob, looks like a different team from the first game.
It really does, and Warrensville Heights leads 8-3. Serving is Jayla Poole. Poole sends it over, dug out nicely by 7 Townsville. Sends it over, and a cross-court spike attempt, but wide, Malia Amador. 9-3 Warrensville Heights. Titans facing some adversity here in Game 2. Let's see how they respond. Jayla Poole will send it over. Beautiful line drive serve. That's in. It's an ace. It's 10-3 Warrensville Heights.
Wow. I think Coach needs a timeout to regroup here.
Yeah, that's one thought, Joe. Another thought might be, let's see if they can play themselves out of this a little bit. 10-3. Warrensville Heights leads in game 2. Game 1 was all Lorain. They won 25-7. 7 Townsville gets it to Layla Carry-On. Evelyn Williams puts it over, and in front of a diving Warrensville Heights defense, it's 10-4. But you know what this has done, Joe? It's given the Tigers some energy, and I think if you look at it, their body language, you can see that they've got confidence now. And to me, that's a huge part of high school sports, is your confidence level. From the middle of the court, the Tigers are able to send it over. That's Precious Dunnings that sends it over. And Emily, or I should say, into the match for the first time, Talia Harris sends it over for the Titans. Layla Carry-On, the set. Precious Dunnings mishit on her jump, and it's 10-5. The Titans with the point, they trail 10-5. So Talia Harris up from the JV team is inserted into the lineup as Coach Jackson looking for the right combination of young ladies. Evelyn Williams, good line drive serve. That's played to Layla Carry-On. She'll set up Talia Harris, and her spike is dug out by the Tigers, and they send it over on the third hit.
Wow.
Excellent job by Warrensville Heights right there. Third hit, and it's a diving attempt, and you look at the hustle by the Tigers right there, Joe. Jayla Poole with a couple of awesome digs. And it's 10-6 now. Warrensville Heights leads.
Yeah, it looks like a different team.
Coach Samantha Campbell in her first year has to be pleased with their effort here in this second game. Evelyn Williams sends it over, but out of bounds, and the point goes to the Titans. Now 3 straight points for Lorain. Let's see if they can come back. They've cut a 6-point deficit down to 3. And an ace on the serve of Evelyn Williams makes it 10-8 Warrensville Heights. Substitution for the Tigers coming back in. I don't have a number 1 on my sheet. I was told number 1 wasn't here. Seven Townsville gets it over to Layla Carry-On. And Velez with the kill. It's good. Point goes to the Titans. They trail 10-9. Williams with the ace. We're tied at 10. 6 straight points for Lorain. I'm sorry, 7. They were down 10-3. And again, Chantel Jackson elected not to call timeout. Wanted to see her team play through it.
Good call, Rob.
Sometimes they have that happen, Joe. And there's an ace as it just goes over the net. Nothing Warrensville Heights could do about that. And now the Tigers want a timeout as Lorain takes the lead 11-10. So as Coach Campbell, you get a look at her in her first year, talking with her team. They trail 11-10. She's probably telling them what they did so well early in this game. They got to get back to that. Club TV 20 at Lorain High School, career tech education and video production. You can be part of this and join Club TV 20 and be a part of Lorain City Schools Television. Club members produce content for WLCS TV 20 on Spectrum Cable and for Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. You can be part of Titan News, sports, concerts. You can do graphics, instant replay, switcher, cameras, video, and still. The advisors are Mr. Bach and Mr. Trout. As you take a look at Chantel Jackson, the head coach of the Titans. You can search Lorain City Schools on TV 20 on Facebook and YouTube or Twitter at LCS_TV 20. You can also do so by emailing either Mr. Bach or Mr. Trout. We're back to action, and we get a double hit on Warrensville Heights, and it gives the Titans the point. They lead 12-10. Mr. Bach's email is jbach@loraincsd.org, and Mr. Trout is ttraut@loraincsd.org. Cross-court hit, Warrensville Heights playing it, and we get another double hit, an illegal carry.
You can actually hear it, Rob.
Yep, yep. And it's 10 straight points for the Titans. Williams sends it over. Tigers on the second hit get it, but they get it out of bounds. Diamond Holland got to it, but out of bounds. 14-10 Lorain. Line drive serve into the net. That ends the run of 11 straight points, and Warrensville trails 14-11. And pretty imperative here, Joe, if you're Warrensville Heights, for them to get back into this. They need some points right now. And serving will be Precious Dunnings. Jump serve, deep serve, and it is just in right in front of the back line. Point for Warrensville Heights. The Titans let it go, thinking it would go long. It did not.
Very nice.
That was an excellent serve, and it's 14-12. Again, sending it over. 7 Townsville will get there. Battle at the net goes to Warrensville Heights, and that was Amaris Prince. So Amaris Prince, another freshman, with the point, and the Tigers trail 14-13. Williams, Layla Carry-On, middle of the front row, dinked over, played right back by the Tigers. Talia Harris sent it back to the Warrensville side, and Julia Velez with the kill is good, and the Titans lead 15-13. Angelica Patterson sends it back to the Warrensville Heights Tigers. Played into the net, point for Lorain. They lead 16-13. Patterson sends it over. Played to the Lorain side. Layla Carry-On with the set. Velez with the kill. Puts it into the net. Point for Warrensville Heights. The Titan lead is down to 2 at 16-14. Carry-On with the set. Malia Amador sends it to the back row for Warrensville Heights, and that kill is good. And Deviana Hawkins with the kill. It's a 1-point game. 16-15 Lorain, and Warrensville Heights with an opportunity to tie right here. Amaris Prince sends it over to the Titan side. Carry-On with the set. 7 Townsville with the kill, and we get a whistle, and that is going to go against Warrensville Heights. So it's 17-15 Titans. And it will be Sturgill coming in to serve. And Joe, she's one of the better servers for the Titans, the junior. There's an example of that good line drive serve. Set and sending it over, blocked right back. Townsville and Carry-On put it down. 18-15 Titans. What are they giving this to Warrensville Heights?
What?
Yep, they took that. I'm not sure what
That's
happened.
the 3rd time tonight.
Well, I'm easily confused, Joe, and I don't.
Me too.
I don't pretend to be a volleyball aficionado.
I'm cameras down at the other end, ready for the serve, and they're giving the ball to the other team.
7 Townsville dinks it over that front row and in front of a diving Warrensville Heights player, and it looks like Deviana Hawkins is shaken up, and we're going to have the trainer for Lorain come look at her as the Titans take an 18-16 lead. Joe, you want to take a timeout here?
Yeah, we'll take a quick
All right,
break,
let's take a.
we'll be back.
We'll take a break. It's Lorain 18, Warrensville Heights 16 here in Game 2 between Lorain and Warrensville Heights. You're watching Varsity Girls Volleyball on WLCS TV 20.
Can I go to the sleepover?
Lucy, I want you to promise me something. If there's any drinking, I want you to say, no thanks, not my thing.
Mom.
I promise you, your real friends won't care. Deal?
I promise, Mom.
They really do hear you.
Did you pack your toothbrush?
For tips on how to start the talk, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov. A public service message from the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration.
Hi, my name is Lindsey Williams. I'm 16 years old and in 11th grade at Lorain High School. I'm studying sports health and fitness through Lorain High's Career Tech Education program. I've been playing sports since the 7th grade, volleyball to be specific. I know I can't play forever, but I can still be part of it if I become a physical therapist or athletic trainer. The sports health and fitness classes at Lorain High are giving me an idea of what I'd be doing in the field. I tell all the athletes to take Dury's sports health and fitness class because he knows what he's talking about. He's an athletic trainer. I'm learning how to prevent injuries by doing stuff like taping. That's why I'm also interested in physical therapy. Physical therapy helps get people back to playing. I've learned that the rehab part of physical therapy is more structured and that as an athletic trainer, I would always be at games and practices. I know what I want to do, and it's all thanks to Lorain High Sports Health and Fitness Career Tech program.
For the thousands of wounded warriors returning from battle, Wounded Warrior Project has developed the Warriors to Work program, a unique program that helps wounded warriors translate their military experience to the civilian workplace. The Warriors to Work program also works with employers to find the right job for the right warrior. Contact Wounded Warrior Project at findwwp.org. Welcome home the brave.
And Emily Van Horn set the serve up 18-16, and they get the point. As unable to put it over is Diamond Holland, and best wishes for Deviana Hawkins, the junior, who was hurt earlier, and she is being looked at by the Lorain High trainer and one of the Warrensville Heights coaches. Hopefully she'll be okay. As now Coach Campbell talking with her team and having a conversation with Asia Blue. It's 19-16. Lorain leads by 3. I think their question is on the rotation, who's supposed to be where. And they get it set. It'll be Emily Van Horn serving for Lorain. Van Horn, they'll play it. And sending it over, and just out was Jayla Poole, 20-16 Titans. Van Horn, line drive serve. And on the third hit, unable to put it over was Jayla Poole, 21-16 Titans. Titans 4 points away from game 2, and this would be impressive if they can come back, Joe, considering they were trailing a 1 point, 10-3.
Right.
Van Horn with a good line drive serve. It is set by Diamond Holland and sent over by Jayla Poole, and this time it is in. Point for Warrensville Heights. The Tigers trail 21-17.
Yeah, what did they get in that earlier in the game here? 10, 11 points in a row?
Lorain?
Yeah.
Yes, after it was 10-3 Warrensville Heights, the Titans scored 11 straight to go up 14-10. And it's 21-17 Titans. Serving, but out of bounds, is Asia Blue. And boy, those are killers right there where you got to serve it in. And now Seven Townsville 3 points away from game 2.
And she's got the terrific jump serve if she decides to use it.
Yes, she does. And she'll send it over. Titans play it. Talia Harris played it. Talia Harris again, and a little deep out of bounds on that kill by Harris. Point to Warrensville Heights, 22-18.
Warrensville hanging around.
They are doing just that, trailing 22-18, and serving is Lamaya Ford. Ford puts it over. Emily Van Horn will play it. Battle at the net, and that was a great play by Marissa Sturgill because that was not a good pass. And Sturgill was able to play that over the net and give the point to the Titans. It's 23-18 Lorain. She'll come out, and Malia Amador comes in. Layla Carry-on back to serve for Lorain as they try to go up 2-0. Middle of the front row, the set, sent over on the third hit. And into the net, the Warrensville Heights Tigers get the point. Precious Dunnings with a nice job getting that over, and the Tigers hanging around down 23-19. Serving is Jayla Poole, another freshman. Jayla into the net. Game point for Lorain.
Got a driver coach, baddie.
Coming in is Velez, Julia Velez on game point. Evelyn Williams, the senior outside hitter, back to serve for Lorain for game 2. Middle of the front row, a battle at the net goes to Lorain, and the Titans win it 25-19. So Lorain comes from behind to win, and game 1 went to Lorain 25-7. Game 2 goes 25-19. Following this timeout, we'll be back with the third game between Lorain and Warrensville Heights. You're watching Girls Varsity Volleyball on WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools Television.
Sergeant Michelle Garcia served meritoriously in Iraq and has the medals to prove it. Soon after leaving the Navy, Lieutenant Chris Scott found a job, a home, and started a family of his own. Corpsman Richard Stokely took the skills he learned in Vietnam and put them to good use as a paramedic. But soon after leaving the military, each of these veterans fell on hard times and faced homelessness. Even after Michelle lost all her savings, even after Chris wasn't able to pay his mortgage, and even after Richard battled alcoholism for years, they each reached out for help when they needed it most. A simple phone call put them in touch with a trained professional from the Department of Veterans Affairs. That call got Michelle a place to stay until she could afford one of her own, put Chris in touch with employment assistance, and found Richard a substance abuse program. These veterans are success stories not only for how they were able to help others while serving their country, but for how they were able to let others help them. If you know of or are a veteran in need, make the call.
We make Marines who overpower the desire to quit with the perseverance to prevail. Not for glory, but for honor. For a code that isn't written or spoken, but lived. It's what we do. It's who we are. It's the battle cry of our fighting spirit. Battles won. See all the battles Marines fight to win at marines.com.
Welcome to the third game. Lorain will try to get a sweep here as Warrensville Heights serves to stay in the match, and the first point is going to be just long. Evelyn Williams dove to get to it, got there, but sent it out of bounds long. It's 1-0 Warrensville Heights, and serving is going to be Diamond Holland. Again, Deviana Hawkins, she's not going to come back, Joe. I looked over, and she has ice on her ankle. She was hurt in game 2, unable to come back. 7 Townsend with a kill. We're tied at 1, so they're going to have to play this game without one of their starters, Deviana Hawkins, speaking of Warrensville Heights. So we are tied at 1 as we begin game 3. And Marissa Sturgill to serve. Nice deep serve that's played by the Tigers. And we get a double hit on the set. And that time that was Diamond Holland trying to set it. It's 2-1 Lorain. Game 2, Warrensville Heights took a 10-3 lead, but Lorain came storming back with 11 straight to go up 14-10. Right after that, it was anybody's game, but the Titans were able to hang on by a score of 25-19. Sturgill sends it over into the hole of the defense, and Lorain leads 3-1. And I'm sure, Joe, that Lorain would love to get off to a quick start here since they're up 2-0, and right. I think they kind of took Warrensville's best shot in that second game early and survived it.
Oh, I think you're right.
There's Sturgill with the set, right side of the front row. Layla Carrion puts it over, and another dink that's good. 4-1 Lorain.
Yeah, they were able to overcome that big lead that Warrensville had with an 11-0 run.
And I would think if they hang on and are able to win this, that Coach Jackson would be pleased that her team faced adversity, didn't panic, and really played very well.
And didn't call a timeout.
No, that's true. And now we're going to see Nyla Walters, a freshman, come into the game for the first time. So Nyla Walters comes in for Warrensville Heights. Sturgill with the set, and Townsend, his set was too low. Townsend wanted to go up to spike it, but Sturgill didn't set it for her properly, and a point goes to Warrensville Heights. It's 4-2 Titans. And going back to serve will be Asia Blue, a senior. Asia sends it over. Sturgill with a set. Carry on with the kill. Left side of the front row. Dug out by Asia Blue. On the third hit, Precious Dunnings put it into the net. Point for Lorain. They lead 5-2. Substitution, Emily Van Horn in for Julia Velez for Lorain, and Emily Van Horn, a junior, comes in to serve. Van Horn. Set. And another double hit on that set, and Lorain leads 6-2. Coming over to talk is Asia Blue, wants to know about what they are doing wrong on the set. She's trying to find out from this referee exactly what the call is. So she gets the explanation and comes over to the young lady who's been doing the setting, and that is Diamond Holland. So Dunnings puts it over. Carry on sends it right back to the Warrensville side. It's played by Dunnings, and she is it on the line? No, it's just out. Point to Lorain. It's 7-2 Titans. You know, I think that was smart there, Joe, by the young lady from Warrensville. Wants to come over to the referee and find out what they're doing wrong and how to get it corrected. Emily Van Horn sends it over. There's a set. And that time it's sent over to Van Horn. Set. Carry on puts it over, and a whistle. And a call goes against the Lorain Titans. No, I'm sorry. It's going to go to Lorain. Titans lead 8-2. They get that call. Whatever that violation was, it went against Warrensville. Could be. Van Horn, good deep serve. Dug out from the back row. Precious Dunnings puts it over on the third hit to Van Horn from the back row. Set. Seven Townsend with the spike. And it's going to be sent back over by the Tigers. They did a good job of doing that. And now Layla Carrion comes over. Sends it over. Warrensville Heights digs it out. Angelica Patterson from the back to Sturgill. Over to Evelyn Williams. Played by the Tigers. And Precious Dunnings, I'm sorry, can't send it over on the third hit. 9-2 Lorain.
Best volley of the night, though.
So after a 1-1 start, the Titans have outscored Warrensville Heights 9-1. Emily Van Horn with an ace, and the Titans lead 10-2. So Van Horn, a junior, back to serve. Back row for Warrensville Heights. Played ahead, third hit, got to get it over, and Precious Dunnings does just that. Sturgill with a set, Layla Carrion, block at the net, and the Tigers with the violation at the net, and it's 11-2 Lorain. Lorain trying to stay undefeated in Lake Erie League play, Joe, and go to 7-0 in the league and 12-4 overall. And tell you what, they are putting together a fine year for Chantel Jackson in her first year as head coach. 12-2 Titans.
A very young team. They graduated, I do believe, like 7 seniors last year. It was very senior laden and a lot of inexperience, but they've been playing really well.
4 seniors on this year's team, to Joe's point. Carry on, sets Evelyn Williams into the net. Point to Warrensville Heights, 12-3. The seniors on this year's team, Angelica Patterson, 7 Townsville, Evelyn Williams, Layla Carrion. So all 4 seniors are a big part of this program. And going back to serve is Lamaya Ford. Lamaya, back row, carry on set. 7 Townsend with the kill, it's good.
Wow.
And the Titans lead 13-3. So Townsend back to serve. Middle of the front row. Dunnings will put it over, but it's out of bounds. You've got to, even if you get it over the net, Joe, see where those cords come above the net. It's got to be inside of that.
Yeah, the antennas?
Yes, the antenna. So she put it outside of that antenna, as you get a good look at it right there. That's why that was ruled out of bounds. 14-3. Warrensville Heights trying to get it over on the third hit. They do so. Sturgill with the set to Talia Harris. She'll send it back over, dug out by the Tigers. Emily Van Horn for Sturgill. Over to Layla Carrion, dug out there in the back row by Lamaya Ford. And the third hit, Precious Dunning sends it back to the Titans. Right side of the front row, and it's going to be a point for Lorain as it's Evelyn Williams sending it over. 15-3, Titans. Even though the score doesn't indicate it, Joe, I think the Tigers are competing better than they did in that first game when they lost 25-7. Townsville sends it over off the top of the net. You know, as you mentioned earlier, we've had longer rallies.
Oh, definitely.
Dunnings to carry on, cross court. Talia Harris. See right there is a beautiful dig by the Tigers. They put it into the net, but I think there's more effort in this game than there was in the first one. 16-3 Titans.
And less of the unforced errors.
Townsville, line drive serve. Lamaya Ford will send it over on the third hit. Set by Sturgill, right side of the front row. Dinking it over is Evelyn Williams, out of bounds. Point for the Titans. They lead 17-3 as they get closer and closer to what would appear to be a three-game sweep. Substitution for Warrensville Heights, Jayla Poole comes back in. And it will be Townsville serving for Lorain. Line drive serve that's sent out of bounds. It's 18-3. Townsville, good deep serve, and that one is out. That's too far. Warrensville Heights let it go out of bounds. It's 18-4. And serving will be Jayla Poole. Poole puts it into the net. Titans lead 19-4. Malia Amador back in for Lorain. And Layla Carrion, a senior, goes back to serve. Carrion sends it over, and there's a beautiful hit. They are putting it over the net for the Warrensville Heights Tigers. A nice job that time by Diamond Holland. 19-5, Lorain. And substitution, or see how they want to play this, and it's going to be going back to serve. Precious Dunning, she's a sophomore. Dunning's jump serve, excellently done. Emily Van Horn went to get it. Van Horn sends it over, and now it's on the Tiger side of the court. Third hit, they put it over, but out of bounds. Point to Lorain, it's 20-5. So the Titans are 5 points away from getting the sweep. Van Horn comes out, coming back into the front row is Julia Velez. And serving will be Evelyn Williams. And Warrensville Heights cannot get it over the net on the third hit. Jayla Poole just off the top of the net. It fell on the Warrensville side. Lorain leads 21-5. And Evelyn Williams again going back to serve. And Tigers can't get it over the net on the third hit. Unable to do so is Asia Blue. It's 22-5, Lorain. Warrensville Heights led once in this game, 1-0. We were tied at 1, and then Lorain got 4 straight points to go up 4-1, and then led 12-2, and they have dominated ever since. And another illegal hit, illegal carry on Warrensville Heights makes it 23-5. So 2 points away from this match. Evelyn Williams serving. In the back row. It's going to get set over by Precious Dunnings, and she hits it out of bounds. We're at match point. Evelyn Williams serving for the match. Sends it over. The set. And hitting it over on the third hit for Warrensville Heights is Asia Blue. Velez for the match. There it is. The kill is good by Julia Velez, and the match goes to Lorain in 3 games. The Titans win it 25-7, 25-19, and 25-5. You can see both teams shaking hands. Lorain improves to 12-4. More importantly, they're 7-0 in Lake Erie League play. Coach Sarah Campbell's Warrensville Heights Tigers dropped to 4-7 overall. As you see the Titans walk off the court, and Joe, I thought, was a very impressive performance. And what I really liked is how they answered the bell in the second game when Warrensville Heights jumped out to a 10-3 lead, and the Titans came right back and were not to be denied. And then I think they made pretty quick work of Warrensville Heights in that third and decisive game.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Like you said, they were down 10-3, and Lorain come back and scored 11 straight points. Very impressive, and undefeated in league play, and they've beaten Bedford and Maple already, so it's looking really good for the Lady Titans. And Rob, I know a lot of times we're here till 9:30 or so, and today we get out before 8, so that's a good thing.
We'll take it.
The sun's shining, and we're done. 3-game sweep for the ladies.
And that does it. They win again in 3, 25-7, 25-19, 25-5 for Joe Bach. This is Rob Politsky saying you've been watching Girls Varsity Volleyball on WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools Television. Have a good night, everybody.
This has been a production of Lorain City Schools TV 20 WLCS.